Hi, if you've just taken delivery of or are expecting to take delivery of your new Tesla or a new to you Tesla, I would recommend setting aside 30 to 45 minutes before you seriously use the car just to familiarize yourself with the settings and to set it up how you like it. I found that some of the settings can be a bit confusing when you first get a Tesla, but once you have it set up to your liking, it's really nice. I'm going to show you some of the settings that I regularly use so that you can decide whether you want to have the same or a variant of that. Okay, so first off, I think pin to drive is absolutely critical for vehicle safety. I like this for two reasons. First reason, if my children are in the car playing the games, which they love to do, they love to play the games if we're away somewhere or if we're waiting at the supermarket, for example. If there's pin to drive and they were to put their foot on the brake and try and start the car, there's no way that they can because they don't know the pin. The other great thing about it is you don't have to worry too much about the security. If somebody was to get access to the vehicle, all they would be able to do is go through all of your items, take them, but they wouldn't be able to take the car. There's a great thing about this because it moves around. So if we exit there and go to drive again, you'll notice the gap here is different. So let's just do it again. And it's now appeared right on the left. So the reason for that is so that fingerprint marks aren't left on the screen exactly where the numbers are that you use for your PIN. So I find that a great feature. It moves around the screen. It's even more difficult for somebody to guess your PIN. And it just makes everything that bit more secure. Okay, so once pin to drive has been entered, obviously we could drive the vehicle now. We've got access. I can't right now because it's plugged in. That's what that warning is. So I'm going to take you through some of the settings here. So to get to the main settings, we go here to controls. I like to have the lights on auto. So auto here means that it's going to auto select the lights. And I also have to have auto high beam set as well. The other things as we go through here, wipers on auto, but you can always trigger them by pressing the button and then using the scroll wheel to determine the speed, whether you want them off or on auto. So that's really easy to do as you're driving. The mirror, it's really nice to be able to adjust the tilted position here for your driver profile. This is the position that the mirrors go into when you go into reverse. So you can change that by using the scroll wheel here and just set that to your desired position so that you can see the alloys against the curb as you're reversing. Steering wheel, obviously, that's self-explanatory to set that to your liking. And glove box pin is another safety feature which I really like if you're going to be leaving things and you want them to be even more secure in the car, or you want to lock something away from your children. So it's nice to be able to set that glove box pin as well. Now if we go to the dynamics, this is a really important one to decide how you want the vehicle to operate under the brake and accelerator. So acceleration, chill and standard. I don't have a performance model, so they're the only two options. I also have the long press on the left scroll wheel set so that I can choose that as I'm driving as well. Steering wheel, light, standard or heavy. I like to have it standard. That's the weight of the wheel as you're driving. You may like to have light if you prefer to have that lighter feel, or heavy if you want more feedback. Now, I think the most important one is the stopping mode. So I like to have creep because that is the most natural thing for me for how the car emulates a automatic. So that is, as soon as you release the brake pedal, the car will start to creep, whether you're in reverse or in drive. Now I like this because I like to creep into a parking space to the right position I want to be in. I also like it for reverse onto my drive. I don't want to be blipping the accelerator in case I go too far. Roll is obviously a bit more than creep. It will roll when the pedals are released, and hold. When you release the brake, the car won't move anywhere. So this, I think, is very different to an automatic ICE car, because you need to actually push your foot on the accelerator to make it drive. So I'm going to leave it on creep. Off-road assist is only if you're off-road, and slip starters again if you're stuck in mud or something.